And welcome back to Daily Wrap. Let's read some of your viewer comments. We have one from Trevor. This, of course, will all be on the shooting at the Oregon Community College. The shooting is another reminder that gun-free zones do not work. Also, why was the president so smug during his speech? I didn't see smug there.
Let's not do that, folks. Come on. Sickening, sickening. Oh, this is from Mark. Sickening, sickening. He actually had a grin and smirk on his face while, oh gosh. Making a political speech while people are trying to mourn. How inappropriate. I'm absolutely amazed. I don't even want to read those.
Okay, well, let me go to you guys then for a second. Here's
obviously
the point.
Somebody saw something.
Well,
they saw what they wanted to see. The president feels as badly about this as everybody else in this country does, and it's so silly to do that. I don't
like listening to the president no matter what he's saying. So
fine, you know what? He's not being smug. He's not smiling.
He's been the same way for 7 years.
You know.
What I was, while he was doing his press conference, I was just monitoring Twitter and look, I understand what Twitter is, and it's a very cynical place, but all those comments reflected exactly what I was reading, which was, why is he making a political statement again around gun control? He doesn't even bring up the gun-free zones. I think people don't like the fact that he's using it as,
you know what, Democrats and liberals do the same thing when it's a conservative up there doing something like that, and it's just as bad as when I hear this stuff. They're people. Conservatives are people, even politicians. Liberals are people, politicians. You don't like the president? Fine. This is America. Don't like whoever you want. But
I think people are just tired of no solutions.
No, it's fine. But then say, why didn't the president offer up something we could use? I would agree with that. I said it.
How many people wrote
smug?
But listen, there's more than one person that said that. I think there's some validity from a speaker.
More than one person who's already made up their mind.
No, but from a speaker's point of view, from whoever's coaching him on this stuff, the guy needs to realize that if you don't have solutions and then you come out there and you talk in a certain way, the people that don't like you are going to hate you more.
He's obviously failed at communicating. He's only been elected president
twice. Let's put this one to the viewers. You want real solutions here? You comment your solutions to our thing. We don't want to hear about how much you hate the president. We know how much you hate the president, all right? So send us your solutions for this.
Okay,
I think you're up.
Yeah, I am up. Okay. Sandy says, I agree that these first-person shooter games are bad news for kids. Combine that with all the ADHD and antidepressant drugs kids are on, and you have a recipe for disaster. Higby has his thumbs up. That's what I call a smart
comment.
Yeah, you can look at, there's records that show a vast majority of these shooters have been on some type of antidepressant. Right. And, that's something that we should seriously look at. Not just mental health, but the drugs that these people are being given. Is it making them more depressed? Is it making them delusional? We need to start looking at this stuff.
I don't know the answer to Sandy's questions, but I sure like that she's asking those.
Yep. I live in a typical suburb, New Jersey, not too far from New York. Good community, good schools. And they have a big heroin problem, and they have a big prescription drug problem. It's no longer, it's not weird science in the John Hughes movies and the keggers anymore.
It's in good high schools.
Yeah, in good high schools taking prescription drugs.
Greenwich, Connecticut, too. Cocaine, rampant.
It is, really.
The last drug, the last arrest that I was involved with when I left the FBI was at Hofstra University, where they had a pharmacist and a doctor working with all these different students to sell drugs on the campus and in and around the campus. And, some of these people's rooms at home look like a pharmacy. Same shelves, everything is a pharmacy. That's how much of this prescription medication is out there. But I think we can even look past, the private dealing and look at what doctors are prescribing. What we now have years and years where people have been taking these things. We need to start looking at how this ties in.
This is what we're supposed to be good in this country: finding solutions, not having useless arguments, and wasting our time talking about how somebody looks. Good for that commenter. I hope we hear from Sandy again.
Here's one more from Carrie. Dear Newsmax, tell President Obama to quit lying about gun laws. He said where the toughest gun laws were is where the least crime is. What a lie. What about Chicago, Illinois?
Doesn't have that tough of gun laws in Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, that does.
Does?
Yeah, some of the toughest in the country.
Some of the toughest.
Is that right?
Yeah, along with D.C., New York, L.A.
Well, then it certainly isn't working there.
Yeah.
And look where they had a tough gun law on the
Baltimore.
The campus of this military facility in Tennessee, and what happened? The gun was able to go there.
And we got to go, unfortunately. So, again, our hearts and prayers are out to the families that are involved with this. I can't even imagine what that would be like getting that news. Anyway, that's all for tonight. I'm Joe Concha on behalf of Rick Unger and our panel. Thanks for joining us tonight. The Steve Malzberg Show is next.